Which class was it?
Current affair, ma'am.
Current affairs. So how was it going on? How was it going on? Come on, speak out.
Great, ma'am.
It's great to hear them. Okay. Today's class. So before I begin with children, I just want to tell you whenever somebody asks you a question, you should not hesitate to answer. Okay. Never be hesitant to give an answer. It was a simple question. I don't know why it took so much of time. It was going great, ma'am. Current affairs, ma'am. Why? You just gave me the answer in one word. And why did you why you have to think before you gave the answers? See, this is what about the today's class is. Communication skills. You keep on thinking. Right, you keep on thinking what you say. Sometimes you are lack of words. You are just short. You fall short of words. That is, and to when we gap that, that is our communication skill. Mind it, children. Okay. So communication skill, the way you receive information, the way you give information, is communication skill. Am I understood to everyone? समझ में आ रहा है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, before I begin my class on communication skill, as you know, I'm very much fond of stories. I'll definitely start the class with a story, with a very short story. So, once upon a time, not very long ago, okay, there was a monastery. Do you know what do you mean by a monastery?
No, ma'am.
Monastery
No,
means मठ
ma'am.
मठ जहाँ पे वो
Yes, ma'am.
संत लोग रहते हैं ना, they are called monastery. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
now there was a monastery which had very strict rules. Okay, which had very strict rules. The monks took a vow of silence. Okay, the monks took a vow of silence and they were not allowed to talk. The monks took a vow of silence. W. What do you mean by vow? Write it down. VOW. Vow matlab shapat. Okay. So monks took a vow of silence. They were not allowed to speak. Okay. They were not allowed to speak. Listen to me very carefully. There was just one exception to this rule. Every year, one monk was allowed to speak only 2 words. Can you spend your life in 2 words, children?
No,
Huh?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Obviously, no. Okay, so those monks were allowed to speak only 2 words in 1 year. Okay, now after the first year at the monastery, the head monk called one of the monks who completed his 1 year. Okay, and the head monk called that monk uh, at his at their annual meeting. Okay, annual meeting, and the head monk asked the monk who completed his 1 year. He asked him that how are you? He asked him that how are you, about his whereabouts, not his whereabouts, but how he was feeling. And okay, he did not ask him any feelings and all. He just asked him, now you have completed your 1 year. Just speak 2 words. Okay, just speak 2 words after you complete 1 year. So he said, as we have completed 1 year. So the monk said, bed hard. He says, bed hard. B-E-D, bed, H-A-R-D, hard. Okay, he says, bed hard. The monk says, I see. The head monk says, I see. the monk goes. Again, as he completes his second year, again that monk was called by the head monk at the annual meeting, and he said, the another year at the monastery, speak out 2 words. So he says, food awful, food awful, FWOOD, food awful. Awful मतलब जानते हैं? What do you mean by awful?
Oh, ma'am.
हाँ, A
डरना
W, हाँ हाँ,
डरना
no, not डरना बेटा. A, write down the spelling first. A W F U L, AWFUL, food awful. Awful मतलब बेकार, सड़ा. Okay. So, you must have heard awesome a lot of times. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, जो भी अच्छी चीज देखते हैं, awesome. Have you heard this word awesome?
Yes, ma'am.
So awful is the opposite of awesome. Keep it in your mind. Write it somewhere. Note it down. So the second time he speaks 2 words, he says that food awful. He goes back. The monk says thank you. He goes back, and then again at the end of the third year, he was called by the head monk again at the annual general meeting, and he says, now again you speak 2 words. What he says is, I quit. I quit. 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 I hope everyone knows the meaning of quit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now the head monk said that I can see why. Because all you do is only complain. Okay, all you do is only complain. The head monk could understand that why did he leave the monastery. Now this was the story. Okay, this was the end of the story. Now you must be thinking or wondering that what this story has to do with communication skills. Okay, now children, always remember, the more you say, the less people will hear. Your communication skills has to be so powerful, even if you even if you speak less words, it has to be impactful. It must impact impact your customers. If you are a doctor, then it must have an impact on your patients. If you are a teacher, it must have an impact on your students. Okay, and if you are a parent, it must have impact on your children. Okay, whoever you speak to, your communication skills have to be very, very powerful. Now, so let me share my presentations to you today. So the way we receive information, the way we convey our information is about communication skills. Now, when do we talk about communication skills, there are 2 kinds of communication skills. I hope most of us know about it, right? Verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Okay, so you can see what is verbal communication. They are talking to each other, having fun. Non-verbal, when you show your expressions. Okay, we'll get back to you elaborately. Now, when do we talk about, let us take verbal communication. What is verbal communication? There are 2 kinds of verbal communication, children, that is oral communication and written communication. Okay, now what is oral communication? Face-to-face communication. Okay, when you are talking, when you are sitting in an interview, you are having a conversation, that is face-to-face communication. You talk to your friend who is sitting in front of you, that is verbal communication, that is oral communication. Okay, now when you talk on telephones, okay, speech telephonic conversations. Okay, when you have telecons, what do you mean by telecon, children? What do you mean by telecon? Telecon is generally used in offices. This is an official word. Tele means telephone and con means
Conversation.
conversation. So we take tele from telephone and con from conversation. So that is telephonic conversation. Okay. Now there are certain things which which we use in telephonic conversations. Okay, I have just given you few examples. Okay, this is a wide topic. I'll try to get back to, I'll try to teach this topic elaborately, maybe on the next class. Now, see, these are the words which we can use while we are on a telecon. Breakup. What do you mean by breakup? Generally, okay, what do you mean by breakup? Anybody in the class?
मैम
Anybody
तोड़ना
in the class? Huh?
Putna.
तोड़ना है
Torna.
टूटना.
Okay, so you must have heard it many a times when a girl and a boy are in a relationship, they have an affair, and their relationship is no more there. So you many a times we say that they had a breakup, right? Right. So breakup is not only used in those things, children. You are talking on phone with somebody else and you are not able to hear him or her properly. You can say, ma'am or sir, you are breaking up. I'm not able to hear you. Okay, ma'am or sir, you can say you are breaking up. You're talking to your friend, yeah, you are breaking up. I'm not able to hear you. Maybe your network or my network is not good. Now, what do you mean by hang up? Hang up means when you end a call. After I hung up, I remembered what I had to talk to, what I have to tell him to, tell him. Okay, now put through and get through. Put through and the meaning of put through and get through are same. Get through is suppose you are trying to get connected with somebody. So you want to talk to the manager of the bank. Okay, now you are not able to connect him. So one of the executives pick up the phone and says, and you say, the sir, can I please talk to the manager? I'm trying to connect him, but he is not able to, but I'm not able to get through. I'm trying to talk to the manager, get through. Okay, I, now see this sentence. I, I, after I hung up the call, I remembered, okay, I remembered what I had to talk to the manager or what I had to tell to the manager, but now I'm not able to get through him. Now you are not able to connect him. Okay, now when we come to written communication, there are several other ways of oral communication, children. So one period or 1 hour is not sufficient for all this. Okay, so I'll be telling you whenever I get time, maybe in the next class, as I told you, I'll elaborate it. Now, written communication. What is written communication? The letters, circulars, office memorandums, newsletters, etc., brochures, manuals, etc. These are all written communication. Nowadays, this WhatsApp language is very painful, children. This is one of the most absurd way of communication, I must say. The language which we write in WhatsApp. Okay, you, it becomes U for umbrella. Right, there are certain way. See, WhatsApp, WhatsApp itself is a wrong. WhatsApp, this is, they say as WhatsApp. What's application? App for the application. Generally, the meaning of WhatsApp is, so how are you doing? WHATS. What's up? UP up. That is, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, and that's WhatsApp has become WhatsApp. And now all of us have started using, the short, the abbreviations, as soon as possible, as app. Okay, and there are there are many more. Okay, it sometimes it really creates confusion. Okay, now when we the next slide we talk about the most important thing when we talk about verbal communication. Children, listen to it very carefully. There are 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. Now, both listening and speaking are the top skills. Keep it in your mind. The most important thing is listening and then speaking and then reading and then writing. All 4 are equally important. All 4 are equally important, but these 2 skills, if you want to learn English, you have to start with these 2. Now, listening is obviously a part of communication. You can also consider it as the Brahmastra of speaking English. If you want to learn good English, you have to listen. Okay, you have to listen. And active listening, you have to be always try to be an active listener, children. And active listening is a whole body listening. Okay, full eyes. You should have full eyes and ears to the speaker. Okay, now see, benefits of a good listener. What are the benefits of a good listener? Can anybody please tell me? What are the benefits of a good listener? Anybody?
अच्छा माध्यम है.
अच्छा माध्यम है. अच्छा माध्यम को क्या बोलोगे?
गुड मीडियम।
Good way.
मीडियम. यस.
Good medium.
देखो, आप जब सोचते हो, जब आंसर देते हो, यू आंसर इन हिंदी. ट्राई टू आंसर इट इन इंग्लिश. बेटा यहाँ पर सब सीख रहे हैं. डोंट बी हेजिटेंट टू मेक मिस्टेक्स. गलतियां करो, तभी जाके सीखोगे. ओके, हम लोग कुछ भी हमारे दिमाग में जब जब आंसर आता है, वी जस्ट से इट इन हिंदी. ट्राई टू ट्रांसलेट इट इन इंग्लिश एंड से इट इन द क्लास. लेट इट बी रॉन्ग. Unless and until you do mistakes, you will not learn. Okay, so good listener, always remember, the more you listen, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the more you will speak. Am I understood? Okay, now see
Yes, ma'am.
what is written in the next sentence. See the next sentence, a beautiful sentence. The most important thing in communication is to hear what is not being said. Who said this? Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker is a famous management consultant. Okay, now the most important, he says that the most important thing in communication is to hear what is not being said. Now, how do you listen? What is the most important thing that is not even said? कैसे समझोगे? जो बोलते नहीं, जो नहीं बोला जा रहा है, उसको सुनना. How do you listen to the thing which is not being said? Now, remember, when you listen to a conversation, or when you listen to a talk or a lecture or a speech, anything, okay, we become so busy in thinking, or in thinking that what is going to be the next slide, or what you are going to say next, or we become busy in thinking what we want to ask. Okay, now this is a barrier. You can say you are not fully listening if you are thinking all this. Okay, a good listener always captures the eyes, the body postures, the challenges. Try to be cognizant. What do you mean by cognizant? Cognizant. Cognizant. What do you mean by cognizant? Cognizant is well aware of the person, the environment whom you are talking to. Okay, listen. Now, the next point, what I want to say is you should have a plan. What information will you gather from the speaker? Okay, you should always keep this thing. What information you want from the speaker, or what information you want to share. Okay, always have a plan. For all, you have to listen to that conversation. Allow yourself to be more present and really listen. Now, know before you go into the conversation what you are trying to achieve, and then you will be able to start hearing what is not being said by the other. Believe me, children, whenever, if you are working, if you are in a job, if you are talking to your customer, if you are a doctor, you are talking to your patient, if you are a teacher, you're talking to your children, you need to give your ears. And only giving your ears will not make you a good listener. See, get into an active listening. That is, look at the body posture. Look at what the speaker is try to understand what the speaker is trying to convey. Capture his body posture, capture his eyes, capture his hand movements. Very important. And then you will definitely listen from your heart. And once you listen from your heart, becomes an active listening. And that's why it is said that active listening is the Brahmastra. Okay, if you want to speak good English. Okay, any doubt till here? Anybody who wants to ask any question? No questions?
Yes.
Sir, in effective communication.
Pardon?
What is the importance of eye contact and the gesture in effective communication?
That will come in non-verbal communication, beta. I'll tell you. Okay, let us get into non-verbal communication. I'll tell you. Okay, this we are talking about verbal communication. Body postures and all are in non-verbal communication. Okay, the thing which we don't say but you have to listen, that comes in non-verbal. Okay, now these are the communication barriers. These are the communication barriers. What do you mean by barriers, children?
सीमा.
Huh?
अवरोध.
Barriers.
बाधा, संकट.
Badha. Yes.
अवरोध.
Yeah. Communication is badha. Barriers is badha. Okay. Now communication barriers क्या हो सकते हैं? There are many kinds of communication barriers. If I say semantic barriers, organizational barriers, interpersonal barriers, okay, there are minimum 7 barriers. Okay, I'm not going to that detail. Okay, let me tell you about these, and all these includes the things, the definitions, the terms which I just said to you. Okay, that is semantic barriers, then organizational barriers, interpersonal barriers, individual barriers, cross-culture barriers. There are a few more. Okay, now when we talk about outside noise, suppose you are in a meeting or you are in a conference, you get distracted. And you by hearing some noise which is coming from outside. Inside chats, you are sitting in the classroom and the people beside you or behind you, they are busy in talking, you get distracted. Poor acoustics, what do you mean by acoustics? Sound system. Okay, bad sound system can be one of the hindrances. Uncomfortable environment. Okay, sometimes it's too hot, it's too cold, or there are certain other things which gets included in environment. If you are not well, you will not be, your brain will not, your brain will not allow you to sit and listen to the conversations or the talks. That is your health condition. Speaker's way of talking. Now, if a speaker cannot talk properly, if a speaker is monotonous, boring, okay, you cannot stick to the speaker for a long time. You cannot stick to listen to the speaker a long time. Now, preconceived notions. What do you mean by preconceived notions? What do you mean by preconceived notions? Preconceived notions, notions मतलब idea. पहले से कुछ idea दिमाग में रख देना. That is preconceived notions. Suppose you had attended a speaker's session again and you did not like it. Again when you came to attend the session, you saw the same speaker is talking and you have that preconception that this speaker is really bored, and you will not take, maybe that speaker may be far better than the previous session. Okay, but as you have a preconceived notion that this speaker is boring, you will never ever listen. You cannot listen to him or her. Fixed mindset. We had a long class, we had an elaborate class on fixed mindset, right? You know what is fixed mindset is, and if you have any doubt, you can see the previous videos. Okay, now the next, speaking and art. Always remember, children, speaking is an art. Speaking is an art. Now, how do you develop this speaking skill? How do you develop this speaking skill? The most important question that every one of us have, right? How do you develop this? As I told you, speaking starts from learning. And you carry on with it by reading. By listening and reading, you can improve your speaking skills. Now, see, these are the points which can definitely help you to speak good English, or if you want to be a good communicator, or if you want to become good in communication skills, present yourself wherever possible. See, whenever we go to any program, any function, or any conference, we keep on thinking, participate karu, nahi karu, karu, nahi karu. Please don't think much. Go ahead. Go ahead. Very important to present yourself in the crowd. Let the crowd laugh. Prepare yourself first and give your best. And give your best. Okay. Always don't be an audience. Always don't try to be always don't try to be a spectator. Hamesha you will listen and you will not speak. It will not help you to grow up your communication skill. Mental rehearsal, very important, children. Mental rehearsal. What is this mental rehearsal? You can also say it as VMR, visual mental rehearsal. See, you are just close your eyes. You are at your home and you close your eyes. Prepare yourself, and then when you get time, close your eyes and speak. And think that you are standing in front of hundreds and thousands of people. Just close your mind and think and start speaking. And start speaking. That you are speaking in front of a large crowd. Okay? Keep it in your mind. This is very important, children. Mental rehearsal. Okay? Soak yourself. Immerse yourself. Immerse. मैंने अपने फर्स्ट क्लास में कहा था, जैसे कपड़े को साबुन में डुबो के साफ करते हैं ना, you need to soak yourself like that. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. If first time you'll not be able to do, go for the second time. Go for the third time. Go for the fourth time. Definitely you will come out with flying colors. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Come out of your comfort zone. See, children, always keep it in your mind. It's very important to remove the fear from our heart. It's very important. We are very much scared. We are very much scared. We don't want to come out of our comfort zone. and the thing with which you fear the most, do it more. जिस चीज से ज्यादा डरते हो उस चीज को ज्यादा करो. Are you getting me? Nelson Mandela once said in his speech when he became the, when in his oath ceremony, okay, Nelson Mandela in his oath ceremony, he said that fear, what is fear? Fear is not the absence, what is boldness? Boldness is not the absence of fear in your heart. Okay, boldness is how to overcome your fear. That is boldness. So to overcome your fear, you have to come out of your comfortable zone, comfort zone. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to make yourself being uncomfortable. Understand? So keep yourself making uncomfortable. It will make you more confident. Constant practice. जैसे मैंने अभी बोला, mental rehearsal every day. Read one paragraph, read one passage, जो भी अच्छा लगता है उसको पढ़ो, and then try to speak, then try to say it. अकेले रूम में पढ़ो. Okay, and then close your eyes and start speaking in front of 1000 invisible audience, and gradually, you never know when you get the confidence of speaking in front of the whole world. Have a conversation from your heart. अपने मन से बात करते रहो. Heart and mind too. अपने मन से और अपने दिमाग से बात करते रहो. And that is the best conversation you can ever have. You can ever have. Any doubt till here? कोई डाउट है यहाँ तक?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Now, please take a screenshot of this. These are the best speakers. Their videos are available. There are hundreds and thousands, millions of videos are found in YouTube. You will get in YouTube. Okay, so I have found few of the names whom I love to listen. I keep on listening them every day. Whenever I get time, I listen to them. Please, children, whenever you are free, listen to the videos in YouTube. Listen to the TED Talks. TED, 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 TED Talks. Okay, just YouTube में जाके TED Talks लिखिए and you will get many TED Talks. Now these, Arnold Schwarzenegger is wonderful speaker. Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Shah Rukh Khan, Priyanka Chopra, Sushmita Sen, Rupa Pai, they are all good speakers. Listen to them. Listen to them, children. Very, very important. If you want to speak good English, you have to listen to good English. Okay? Now, okay, before we come to non-verbal communication, have you heard the video which have been forwarded in the group?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So who was it? Whose video was it? Whose video was it?
Ma'am, you have narrated a story about Apple CEO, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, great, great. Yeah. So that's the CEO of Apple. Okay, Steve Jobs. Okay, have you understood the video, children? Have you followed the video? Yes, no, say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there any doubt in understanding the video? कोई डाउट है उसमें जब वीडियो समझ रहे थे? Have you come across any doubt or any word that you have not followed? आपने देखा है कि नहीं वीडियो? Only 2 people are answering. Yes, ma'am. What about the others? No answer. See, unless and until you help yourself, no one can help you. इवन ऊपर से साक्षात भगवान भी आ जाए तो आप लोगों को कोई हेल्प नहीं कर सकता unless and until you help yourself, children. Mind it, keep it in your mind.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
let's come to non-verbal communication, as we were talking about, as someone asked me about. Now see, what is non-verbal communication? Communication without words, using images, symbols, signs, gestures, facial expression, postures. When you communicate something without saying any word and using these things, they are called non-verbal communication. Now, body language. What is body language? What is body language? Now, in body language, that these are the following things. These are the following things which comes under body language. Understand? Body language includes your personal appearance. What is personal appearance? Okay, personal appearance is your dressing style. Okay, you comb your hair, you are all set or not. Okay, it speaks about your personality. It's very important to dress yourself properly and well groomed. Okay, to give a good impression on others. Dress yourself properly doesn't mean that you have to buy an expensive shirt or sari. Okay, you can wear a normal shirt or a sari, but it has to be clean, it has to be ironed.
Ma'am, the
Yeah,
quality of having a strong, interesting, and attractive character.
come again.
Ma'am, the quality of having a strong, interesting, and attractive character,
Okay,
personality.
yes, yeah. So how do you make that? Okay, so how do you make that? That is what I'm telling. You told me about good personality. Okay, so how do you make a good personality? All this. Okay, posture.
Yes.
What is posture? You go and sit in an interview. ठीक है, तुम ऐसे रिलैक्स, तुम चेयर पे टेक के जाके बैठ गए. Do you think interviewers will really be impressed?
No, ma'am.
Posture,
No, ma'am.
yeah, posture is a way we sit, we stand, and we carry ourselves. Okay, okay. Now,
Yes.
a person must cultivate and maintain his or her elegance while sitting, while standing, while walking. Okay, so please sit straight on a chair whenever you go to an interview. Don't shrug your shoulders. Don't shrug your shoulders मतलब वो जो हम लोग कंधा ऐसे ऊंचा करके बोलते ना, मुझे तो नहीं पता. Please never do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Never ever do that. Now, gestures with your hands and arms. So just now I told you that you need to capture hand movements. Okay, you need to capture hand movements. So while speaking, we should be very, very careful about it. Okay, now consciously and subconsciously, we move our hand. Okay, so gestures like shaking hands, touching, holding, okay, patting on the back. Always remember, give a warmth. Whenever, if you are patting on somebody's shoulder, it should be very much warmth and affectionate. Your hand movements should not, make any person in this audience feel uncomfortable. Okay, eye contact, very important, the most significant thing in non-verbal communication. You should look at the eyes, you should look straight into the eyes of another person you are talking to show your confidence and interest. And your eyes should speak, warmth and affection. Okay, a lot of warmth and affection your eyes should have. Okay, facial expression, always keep a smile on your face. Always keep a smile on your face while you convey your information. Okay, now Now, this. Anybody who don't know these two personalities?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone who don't know? Who are they? Who are they?
Lord Krishna and Arjun.
Yes, the Lord himself and Arjuna, the great warrior. Right. Now, this is the picture, obviously, when Arjuna was in the state of despondency. What do you mean by despondency? Despondent का मतलब होता है हताश हो जाना. DESPONDENT. Please write it down somewhere. DESPONDENT. Despondent. When Arjuna was at the battlefield and he was in the state of despondency. Okay, Lord Krishna enlightened him and told him that he is on the right way. Right? Lord Krishna being his mentor, being his friend. Children, if you want to really become good in your communication skills, listen to them every day. Okay, now I don't know how many of you, I would like, before I end with this topic, I would like to narrate an incident from Mahabharata. You must be knowing about Mahabharata, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's really nice.
Yes.
Now, you must be aware of the incident when Krishna, Duryodhan, and Arjun got into conversation. A beautiful conversation. That conversation includes verbal and non-verbal communication skills. Okay, now what happens when everything was set that the battle is going to be held? Duryodhana and Arjuna had to go to Krishna to request him to join them in the battle. Now, being one person, Krishna cannot fight from both the parties, right? He had to go to either of the parties, either with Duryodhan or with Arjuna. So he said that whoever will come first in front of me, I will be on his side. Right? I hope many of you know about this incident. Now listen to me carefully. Why I am narrating this to you. Now, when Duryodhan went to Krishna, he was sleeping. And then he thought, and there were few chairs which were kept beside Krishna's head. He said that why should I sit at the feet? I'm the prince. Okay, I'm the prince, so I must sit on a chair beside his head. And he sat and he went and sat on the chair. And after that, Arjuna came. Arjuna was late to come. He went and saw the Lord sleeping. What did he do? He was so much immersed in love and affection and respect for the Lord that he went and sat in front of his feet, or at his feet, you can say. So when the Lord opened his eyes, who was the first person he saw? He saw Arjuna. Right? So when he greeted Arjuna, Duryodhan, who was sitting beside his head, he said, Lord, I have come first, so you should talk to me first. Then the conversation, children, which took place is really wonderful. The body language of Arjuna, the body language of Sri Krishna, and the body language of Duryodhan is really worthy to be learned. Arjuna was full of, as I told you, he was so benign, he was so humble. So, and he sat at the feet. This is all about body language. His hand movements, his eyes. If you have not seen Mahabharata, please watch this serial. Watch particularly this episode. And Duryodhana was immersed in aggression. He was so aggressive. Okay, and he charged Krishna that I have come first, you should talk to me first, and you should ask me what I want from you. Shri Krishna said that you have come, and Arjuna also has come, but there are differences in your approach. And the first person whom I saw, you might have come first, but the first person whom I have seen is Arjuna. And that's why he went to Arjuna's side and he gave his mighty Narayani Sena to this Duryodhan. Okay, and Duryodhan, this idiot, was very happy to get the mighty Narayani Sena. He could not understand the importance of the Lord. So, children, he said, what are body postures? What is non-verbal communication? See, Arjuna had request and Duryodhana had planning. Arjuna had dedication in his heart, okay, while Duryodhana had politics. Arjuna seeked charity, दया के भाव में आया था वो, दया के भाव से आया था कि Lord will be kind to him, and where Duryodhana required support. This is the difference between the body language of Duryodhan and Arjun. But who was the winner at the end? Who was the winner at the end?
Arjuna.
Arjuna winner.
अगर आप लोग इस if you have read it, then it's fine. Okay. If you have not watched it, please watch this episode. Very important. Both the Mahabharatas, the old one and the new one, both are really beautiful. Please try to watch this specific episode and try to learn from it. At the end, what are the winning mantras? In the last class of mindset, I had given you a few winning mantras. Now these are the winning mantras again. No substitute of hard work. Hard work जब तक नहीं करोगे, there is no substitute. There is no shortcut. Okay? जैसे एक टीचर जाती है तो और एक टीचर आके पढ़ा के चली जाती है, right? But एक substitute कर लेती है, but hard work का substitute कुछ नहीं है. You have to do hard work. Listen more and more every day. At least be sure that you listen to 2-3 videos at least. Priyanka Chopra is a wonderful orator. Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, listen to their speech. Shah Rukh Khan, listen to their speech. And if you are not able to understand, please read the captions. Yesterday, the video which I had sent is hardly of 15 minutes. But how many of you took out 15 minutes from your daily schedule to watch that video? If you would have seen that video, if you would have watched that video, you would have learned so many words. If you would have learned the way how to speak. At least एक sentence तो सीख ही जाते. Okay, tough time never lasts, but tough people do. Mind it, tough time हर समय नहीं रहता है, लेकिन tough people, Chris Gardner, Nelson Mandela, there are many others. Okay, they are all tough people, and that's why they lasted. Every beginner is a winner. Unless and until you begin, you cannot be a winner. And this is said by Robert H. Schuller. So you have to be a beginner to be a winner. Unless and until you begin, you cannot win. So the right time is now. Okay, so the right time is now. Anything else you want to know about it, children?
मैडम लेफ्ट हो गई ना?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. Any doubt? Now you ask me your doubts one by one.
How to improve accents?
Accents. Don't
Yes.
mind your accents first. Try
Yes.
to learn. First, you learn words. Learn Try to learn to frame sentences and then you take care of your accents. There are मैंने आपको दिखाया था how to Google out and how to listen to the perfect words. आपको और एक बार दिखा देती हूँ मैं. Go to Google. You must be knowing. You people are better than me in technology. Just a minute. Let me share. Are you able to see my screen?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Just a minute. Yeah. Now, if you want to know a meaning of the word, meaning of wow. Okay, now see this. Wow. Are you able to listen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
will improve your pronunciation. This will give you a knowledge of pronunciation, and also it will give you the knowledge of, this will also help you to improve your accent. And I also told you, I don't remember. Yeah, the last class, I think I have told you to, if you want to work on your pronunciation and accent, please continue, practice those alliterations, Peter plucked petunias. Okay, the tongue twisters, right? I asked you to practice tongue twisters. They are the best way to improve your accents and also pronunciations. Am I understood?
Ma'am, we are.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody else have any doubt?
Ma'am, how to be aware of our body posture and body language, and how to be not conscious about our body language in
That is what
interview?
I told you. Mind rehearsal. Mind rehearsal. If you have an interview to face, practice, rehearsal in your mind. Sit at home, rehearsal. Just think that the interviewer is sitting in front of you. Take a chair. Sit straight. Please don't lean on the chair. Don't shrug your shoulders. Don't move your feet. पैर हिलाते हैं ना? Okay, that is a very bad habit. Don't ever move your feet. When you are in an interview, don't show your fingers like this. Finger like this. Okay?
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
the more you practice, the
Yes,
more you
ma'am.
get into it. Okay, so mind rehearsal, children. If you really want to become good in your communication, please listen and read. Listen and read. Steve Jobs' commencement speech. It's a wonderful speech that I have given you. And my idea of sharing the speech or sharing the video was to make you learn how to speak in front of the audience. He is no doubt he has written it, but have you seen his body language, his posture? He was so confident. He knew what he was saying. And he was so free in talking and sharing the things with the audience there. Okay. Anything else? I want to give you a few words.
Tell me again. Eye contact, ma'am.
Eye contact. Eye contact is very easy, beta. Whoever you are talking to, please look at his eyes, not with arrogance, but with love, respect, and humility. Okay.
Ma'am,
Look
how
at his
to
eyes.
control
Look
hand
into his
movement?
eyes. Look into his eyes. Look into his eyes and talk to him. Beta, hand movement, eye contact, these are all consciously and subconsciously aa jata hai. So the more you practice, it will be all normal. Okay, first you try to learn the words every day. Make a journal, make a notebook. आज क्लास में क्या क्या सीखा, कौन कौन सा वर्ड सीखा? We have two classes in a week. ओके सो 2 क्लासेस में मैं कितना वर्ड दे पाती हूँ? 3 या संडे को 3-4, थर्सडे को 3-4. So why don't you try to make sentences with it? I am in a group with you. Okay, I am in the group. Somebody added me in the group. So please start conversing in English there. आप जब भी कुछ conversation, there are so many conversations going on, and all the conversations are in Hindi. If you want to talk, if you want to, convey your feelings to Rajiv sir, why don't you write in English? He will be so happy. Convey your feelings in English. You are writing, right? You are writing. Write in English and ask him, request him to resume his classes again. Start writing in English. Right, wrong, no problem with it. That is what I told you. Unless and until you make a mistake, you will not be able to learn. It's very important, children. Whatever
Yes, ma'am.
conversations going on in the group, try to make it in English. English में लिखो. कुछ भी सेंटेंस मिल रहा है, एक सेंटेंस मिला, एक वर्ड मिला, put it in the group. Have a productive conversation, have a healthy conversation. Put it in the group. And at least 10 people, minimum at least 10 people should respond. Make sentence with that particular word. This is how you learn, children. This is how you learn. Remember, listening and reading are the main sources to make your communication strong. Okay? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
giving you one word. I'm giving you one word. The word is, just a minute. Okay, a simple word. I'll give you a simple word. Amazing. AMAZING. Right?
This session
AMAZING.
is amazing.
Huh?
This session is amazing.
That is what I wanted to know. This session is an amazing one. Okay? और ऐसे भी नहीं बोलोगे, we had an amazing session today. Okay? We had an amazing session today. Okay? Anybody else?
We have amazing ma'am like you.
The lecturer is amazing. Okay, the lecturer is amazing. Now, what will be your homework is, I am in the group. Those who are in the group, please, I at least want 10 sentences with amazing in the group. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
And if you are
Yes,
wrong,
ma'am.
I'll definitely rectify your sentences there. Okay? Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. We will wrap up our session. We will wrap up our session. Wrap up मतलब WRAP. Wrap करते हो ना किसी चीज को, गिफ्ट को रैपिंग पेपर से wrap करते हो ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So we
Yes, ma'am.
will wrap up our session now. हम लोग wrap up करेंगे, हम लोग खत्म करेंगे. We will conclude our session now. Okay? Remember all these words. How do you use it? When do you use it? Fine? Can we wrap up the
Okay,
Yes,
session
ma'am.
now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
waiting for your sentences. Thank you,
Ma'am,
children. We'll hang up now. Yeah.
ma'am, can you repeat homework one more time?
Very simple, beta. I'm not going to mark you. So don't be very much tensed about it. You have to just make one sentence with the word amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Chalo. Bye-bye, children. Have a
Thank you
great
so
day
much.
ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Okay.